Well, hey, Andrea. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. I'm super excited about 2020.
It's going to be a good year.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. And like with the what the corporate's putting together, what they talked about on the call last night, it's just exciting.
It really is exciting to see where we're going. I think that the time has come. There's enough people that are talking about anti-aging now. They're talking about health that it really is good. It's really going to be big.
Yeah, and that's been my passion ever since I got started.
Yeah.
Is the anti-aging.
Well, they say momentum happens when enough people are talking about it that you can't avoid not hearing about something.
Right, right.
And I really think that I think we're here now.
Yeah, and with what's coming along in the future, I mean, we've got some of the actual top products in the world for reverse aging. I'm so impressed by that because I've gone and looked at the ingredients in some other companies' products that offer something similar to what we have, and they don't even compare.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. When you look at our product formulations, when you look at the label, and you realize that we actually have the real stuff, it makes a huge difference.
It sure does.
I was looking at something this morning. I want to just show you this. Let me pop on over here. Where is it? Okay. Hang on. That's not it. So this is just Men's Journal. I wasn't reading it, but I was looking for this article here that they talked about there. Can you see that?
Yeah. Do you consider yourself healthy?
Yeah. So do you consider yourself healthy? I posted some things yesterday on Facebook, and Mayo Clinic says that only 3% of people are actually healthy.
I would agree with that.
That 3% of people meet the minimum requirements for being healthy. So that means 97% of people aren't even meeting the minimum requirements.
Right.
Right. And if you look, they're rating it on exercise, diet, smoking, and body fat.
Yeah, we need to all attain that goal, don't we? Get in the 3% club.
Yeah. And they're saying that 11% didn't even meet any of the criteria.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, all you have to do is go sit in a mall or a shopping center and people watch.
Yep. And so they went through and they basically, here's what this Emmett Smith at Oregon State University said. He said, the more boxes you check, the more likely you have better cholesterol, triglycerides, insulin readings, and lower risk factors like heart disease and diabetes. And so they looked at exercise.
Uh-huh.
They said that, are you getting at least 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise per week?
I'm probably not anymore. In the summer, I do.
Yeah. And they're trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. They're saying they're counting any type of exercise. Are you walking up the stairs instead of taking an elevator? That counts. Did you sprint to catch the bus? Did you do 10 squats while you're brushing your teeth? I mean, little things like that. I mean, are you using a Fitbit or a tracking device? I started using one of them late last year, but 150 minutes of exercise, moderate to vigorous exercise per week. And then they went on to look at your diet, and researchers used what's called the Healthy Eating Index. It's a test that was developed by the USDA. It sums up your requirements, your recommendations from the USDA, like things like fruit, veggies, whole grains, dairy, and limiting the not so good stuff. But Andrea, I was printing that off this morning and I ran out of paper. There's 126 pages. I didn't know that when I started printing. I should have looked. But so let me just read some of the questions on this, so you get an idea of how in depth this questionnaire gets. It says, so what yogurt or cheese have you eaten? and then it's got multiple answers you can put in there. Yogurt, cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, cheese like on cheeseburgers, sandwiches, etc. Whipped cream, yogurt, not including frozen yogurt. And then it says, did you eat yogurt in the last month? How many times per week? How much did you eat? Was it Greek yogurt? If you ate cottage cheese, how many times per week did you eat it? How much did you eat? If you ate cheese like on sliced cheese, how often did you do that? And how much was it? How much cheese did you have? Was it low-fat cheese? What baked goods, desserts, things like that? Well, bad time of the year to be asking that question, right?
Right.
Because Christmas. But so I went through and I tried to answer the questions, and it said what kind of cakes, what kind of cookies, you know, and then it gets into asking you questions about your vitamins.
Okay.
And it says, did you take a multivitamin? Was your multivitamin, did it include this? Did you take calcium? Did it have that? Did it have vitamin D? Did it have magnesium? Did you take CoQ10? How many days a week? Joint supplements, how often did you take those? Magnesium, how often did you take them? How much did you take? Omega-3. I mean, it looks like a good questionnaire.
That's pretty detailed.
Yeah. And so it looks like a good questionnaire, but I was going to print it off and I thought, well, it'll just be, you know, like 5-10 pages. We'll just go through it here on the call. And I started printing it. It's like, holy cow, I can't do that. Right. So then they use, you know, when Mayo Clinic did their studies, you know, do you smoke? What's your body fat percentage? But if anybody wants to do that, wants to look at Mayo Clinic's study, here it is here, 2016, April 2016, and from Mayo Clinic proceedings, and to estimate the prevalence of healthy lifestyle characteristics and to examine the association between different combinations of healthy lifestyle characteristics, cardiovascular disease biomarkers.
Well, you know, it's always inspiring to talk about these kinds of things because it kind of gets people back on track.
Yep, and they look at, they found the results was only 2.7%. That's less than 3%.
Right.
Had all 4 healthy lifestyles, participants with 3 or 4 compared with 0. And then they looked at the A1C, the C-reactive protein. They looked at HDL-C and total cholesterol. They looked at homocysteine and healthy diet. Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was pretty good. So here's the questionnaire. 126 pages.
Well, get your ink cartridge ready, right?
Right. So it's called the DHQ3, and you can Google that. You can Google that, and then you know, it was developed by the USDA Food and Nutrition Service. So you can go on their website and you can see how it's scored. So, but then I look back over here and I look at the U.S. News and World Report, the best weight loss diets, right? And I'd guess they're ranking them on who bought the most advertising, but I won't say that.
You're probably right.
But the first one they say is the Weight Watchers, the new Weight Watchers diet. And, you know, the problem that I have with the Weight Watchers diet is that, you know, if you look at the people who developed it, most of them, their weight goes up and down. It fluctuates like that.
I think they lose a lot of muscle on that diet too.
Yeah. And so here, let's just go look at it, you know, the Weight Watchers diet. And so they're saying that they're focused on inspiring healthy living and overall well-being. Eat healthier, things like that. And so they're talking about, you know, accepted ranges for the different, you know, food groups, you know. They're saying, is it easy to follow? Well, yeah, it's easy to follow because they don't count certain foods, but so I don't know,
It sounds like their philosophy statement is very similar to everything we do here on Tuesdays at noon.
Yeah, and the number 2 diet is a vegan diet. Well, I have something terribly wrong with a vegan diet is that most people who do a vegan diet don't know what they're doing. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, most of them don't. Yeah.
Most people
We have
don't.
a really good example with Katie, though, over there in Australia. She's pretty healthy looking.
Yeah, and she does it right. She's done her research. She makes sure that she's getting all her nutrients that she needs. But most people don't do that.
Right. They just stop eating meat.
Yeah, they just stop eating meat and they think that that's going to be healthy. Well, what they don't realize, like you and I have talked about, there's certain fats that you need. They're called essential fats, which means that they're essential for life, and you can't get them easily from a vegan diet.
Right.
And they don't take that into consideration. Then, they have the volumetrics diet. Then they talk about the flexitarian. Again, look at that. Emphasize fruits, veggies, whole grains, and plant-based proteins. Jenny Craig diet, which is basically buy their food, which is loaded with chemicals. You got the Ornish diet, which is a heart healthy diet. A lot of them, when I read through them this morning, I thought they were all geared toward, really telling people, don't eat red meat.
Yeah. Right.
Right. And why is everybody on this don't eat red meat kick right now?
I don't know. 20, 30 years ago, they started don't eat butter.
Yeah, but the reason that they're pushing a lot of this don't eat red meat right now is because it all fits in that same agenda with the climate change.
Oh, gotcha.
Right?
Oh.
So if they can get people to quit eating red meat, then we don't have to have as many cows. And again, they're blaming cows for, but really in reality, if you have more cattle, they've shown that cattle will create fertilizer for the soil. It creates a place where it can keep the moisture in the soil. Plants start to grow. Then when plants start to grow, other animals come in. And it's actually healthy for the ecosystem.
Yeah, and if they'd let their cattle and goats and sheep eat down all that brush over there in Australia, they wouldn't have had the problem they're having.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of that has been caused by arsonists too. So we won't even let's not even get into that whole topic. But they've caught 200 arsonists over there. But it's the first call of the year.
Yeah, 2020.
2020. And, we really, for people who are not familiar with the call, I guess, what was it, about 5 or 6 years ago, I was asked to be on this call and give, information to people on how to stay healthy. Using our products, of course, it's based on our company, Sizzle. If you want to tell people a little bit about what Sizzle is.
Oh, sure. Sizzle is a social relationship company based out of Utah and backed by another company called Supra Naturals and headed by Tom Maurer and his son, who are both biochemists. And Tom has been in the business of offering non-toxic products for over 30 years. He also develops products for other companies per contract. But Sizzle is our express line of fabulous products that are designed to be very effective and live up to Tom Maurer's standards of effectiveness and viability in working, all non-toxic. And really, the products are just top of the line. I would say you could probably compare just about anything in the world to them, and it would still be top of the line.
Yeah. You know, as a physician, I've used a lot of high quality vitamins. I never cheapened up what I used in my clinic. And in comparison, I mean, these are way over the top, way and above. I mean, there's companies out there that make good products. The problem with it is that they aren't as good at doing the formulations. And that's what Tom's really good at, is actually the formulation. I mean, anybody can say we got a high quality B12 vitamin. We've got a high quality calcium, right? Everybody can do that. But it's taken the calcium and the magnesium and the boron and put it all together to have a product that each ingredient is works synergistically with the other one.
Right. And that's not 1 + 1 = 2. It's 1 + 1 = 10, 20,
Right.
100.
So that's why Tom has been given the title of a master formulator.
Yes. And he's won Genius Awards and has what, over 400 patents on different things. I mean,
yeah. So really, you know, for folks that are just listening to the call right now, I mean, the whole thing is that we're here to try and help you get healthy. Some of the stuff that we talk about, it has nothing to do with the company that we represent. Like when we're talking about the healthy eating index, that has nothing to do with Sizzle. It has nothing to do with our product, but it does, because we're assuming that if you've made the move to buying these products, that you're also making some changes in your lifestyle.
mm-hmm, that you're interested in getting healthy all the way around.
That's right. I mean, why would you use a toxic shampoo on your head and spend a couple $100 buying nutritional products?
Right.
It wouldn't make sense, would it?
No, it doesn't.
You know, and why would you brush your teeth with a toxic fluoride containing toothpaste? Why would you brush your mouth, your teeth with products that actually wear the enamel off rather than build the enamel?
Right.
Right. And so that's kind of what we're talking about on the call. So you'll hear us, even though, you know, we're talking about things that might not be related to Sizzle. They are, because I think that we're kind of creating that community,
Yeah.
right, of healthy people who want to have better health. People are looking for a way of better health. And so for the last 5 weeks, we've really been talking about weight loss, because at the first of the year, you know, a lot of people have a resolution that they're going to lose weight this year. And they start the year out great. They go, this is the year, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Right. But I was just reading yesterday that by the end of the first week, 80% of people are already starting to doubt that they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting a little bit of doubt in their mind, and they're starting to go, oh, this is too hard.
Yeah.
You know,
dedicated.
Yeah. They're going, I want to have that piece of cake that I had that's left over from Christmas or New Year's or whatever. And they start to fall off the wagon.
That's right.
And then it gets to the end of the third week, and now that doubt has gone into action. So it starts out with a conscious thought that, oh no, I can't do it. I tried that last year, right? It didn't work last year. It didn't work the year before. Why in the world would I think that it would work this year? That moves into your subconscious mind, and you tell yourself, I can't do it.
Yeah, our subconscious controls like 95% of our thinking. So
that's right.
Whatever you're programming your computer up here with. So by listening to us trying to inspire people to be healthy, that's actually changing your subconscious thoughts. So what you need to do, or what I suggest and what I try to do, is if you are continually feeding input into your brain of inspiration of the goal that you have in mind, your brain and your subconscious will lead you to that goal.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. And so that's where the action comes in, is that once it goes into that subconscious part of your brain, then all of a sudden now you're gonna act on it. So what I try and tell people is that I mean, let's look at it. I mean, I'm going to use myself as a prime example. I didn't just wake up last year and go, oh crap, I'm fat. Okay. It's been coming on a little at a time. I remember in the beginning, I used to think, oh, I'm getting older, I'm just bulking up a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, well, my dry cleaner is shrinking my clothes.
Well, that's a good one, Kurt.
I actually did that. I actually went to him and I said, what are you doing different? My clothes are shrinking. And he said, nothing, Kurt. That's not what it is. Anyhow, I know everybody, you can laugh about that. You can comment on here. That way I know you're really listening to me. But, over the course of time, I gradually put on a little bit of weight. So over the course of the last 30 years, mm-hmm. I put on a pound or two a year.
Yeah. I think they say like 10 pounds every 10 years.
Yep. So a pound a year. And so by the time here I am, 57 years old, I'm over 50 pounds overweight. I'll just say over 50 pounds overweight. That way I don't have to tell you my weight. And sure, I'd like to lose it this year. By the end of 2020, by 2021, I'd like to be back down, 50 pounds lighter than I am right now. Mm-hmm. But that's awfully hard to do because I didn't gain it in 1 year. Why in the world would I think that I'd lose it in 1 year? And so I can, and I'm gonna. And the way that I'm going to do it is that I have to do the right things so that I'm burning more calories than I'm taking in. Number one, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm burning, say, 2,000 calories a day, and I take in 1,500 calories per day, that means I'm going to burn 500 calories per day of body fat. And so there's 9 calories per gram in fat, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to burn 500 calories, right? And I'm doing the math here in this paper. So if I divide that by 9, so that's 55 grams, right, of fat mm-hmm. that I'd be burning each day. And there's 27 grams in an ounce, and there's 16 ounces in a pound. So that means that if I burnt 55 grams, that means that I burnt 2 ounces.
Okay.
And so if there's 2 ounces in a pound, that means that or 16 ounces in a pound, 27 ounces in a ounce, grams in an ounce. That means that in a month, I'm going to lose anywhere between 2 to 4 pounds per month. That's good, healthy weight loss mm-hmm. because it gives you a chance to change your lifestyle. But you're not going to lose that all in fat either, because you're going to lose water weight.
Right.
So if you're losing weight, chances are you're going to see the fat coming off in the beginning. So don't get too overly excited that, oh, I'm losing 10 pounds this month, and then 3 months later you're only losing 2 pounds.
Right.
It's not that the weight loss plan isn't working. It's just that it's leveling out because you've lost that initial water weight.
Right. Our body retains weight until we get enough of it, and then it will flush it.
Yeah. So it's gonna take a while. That's what I'm trying to say. And then alter your lifestyle. Make the changes. So what I do for myself is when I'm going to the grocery store, like this afternoon, I have to go to the grocery store and I have to buy some groceries. And I'll plan out basically my meal plan for the next week.
That's key. That is truly the key of sticking with it is meal planning, food planning.
Yeah,
Making sure you have the right stuff in your house so that when you decide to go eat, you're eating the right stuff and not just grabbing something because you're suddenly hungry.
that's right. Yeah, I don't have any food that I can grab. I mean, an apple, which is good for you. I got some grapes, things like that. But like you said, yeah, you got to plan it out, plan the meals. And so, I'm following kind of a lifestyle change that I'm trying to make myself where I'm going to eat red meat just twice a week. I'm going to eat fish twice a week. And then I'm going to have just 2 days a week where all I eat is just vegetable and plant-based proteins. 2 days a week. And that leaves me one free day, which I can, if I want to go have red meat another time, a third time, or if I want to have fish a third time, whatever, I can do that. When I say free day, it doesn't mean I'm going to go, go to the buffet and eat,
Right.
at the food truck. I just get to choose which meat I want to have that day. And then what I try and do is, bottom line is I plan my meal around the meat, but I try and bring in a lot of vegetables. I'm trying to eat vegetables in the morning, at noon, at night. But I'm trying to keep the bulk of my food in a 2-hour window.
Yeah, you shared that with us before.
Yeah. And then I'm making sure that I'm taking all my vitamins. I've got a handful of vitamins that I take in the morning. I've got a handful I take at noon, a handful that I take at night. And I don't know if I want to call them just vitamins. They're more than vitamins. They're nutrients.
Right.
And I take some specific ones. I take some like vitamin D. I take a high quality vitamin D. I take all of our Sizzle products. I take a double dose of the Super Omega because I really feel that Super Omega, that the omega-3s are really, really healthy for you, and you need that. I take the Brain Vitality because I don't want to get any type of neurodegenerative diseases. I've hit my head a couple of times with my motorcycle accident and things like that. Sports, whatever. Just being a guy. I mean, we hit our head, right? So you got to worry about those types of things. So I try and take my nutrients based on that. I really don't want to get cancer because I feel like the cure for cancer, don't ever get it. And so I'm taking a lot of different things based on the fact that I know that this will help prevent that. So I take a lot of different things based on that. And then I use the Sizzling, which is our high quality meal replacement.
Right.
And so that's what I do at night because the way that we've designed it is it actually helps people burn fat as they sleep.
How about that?
Right. So it's a product that's been designed that way. So I really think that if you make those lifestyle changes and then what you do is, like when you do go to the grocery store, if you go to a birthday party or if when you're eating, ask yourself the question to say, what can I do today to make it easier for me to lose that weight? I'm constantly asking myself that question. And if your weight isn't your goal, if you want to increase your income,
Mm-hmm.
then you got to ask yourself, what can I do today to help boost my income?
Right.
What can I do today to get better sleep? What can I do today to go to bed earlier? Things like that. And you start adding all those things, all those factors in, and pretty soon you find yourself giving answers to yourself. Well, I won't buy that, pasta, or I won't buy this or that when you go to the grocery store. And so I find that that's an easy way to do it. So anyhow, any comments on that?
No, not really. Other than, that all plays back into that whole subconscious thought, and you really, I'm not saying you, we really need to you can be self-inspirational, coach yourself, put up visuals, put up inspirational photos of whatever goal it is that you have. You plaster your walls with them, put them on your refrigerator. Do you have a picture of yourself from, say, 20 years ago where, you were looking really hot? Like, put it up and go, hey, let's move back toward that a little bit more. It's just all that inspiration. You have to be self-inspirational to click over that switch in your mind that you're really going to achieve what you want to achieve.
That's right.
Weight loss, or, earning more money, or being a better person, anything,
Right.
self-growth.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of it, like you were just saying, self-growth. I think there's probably a lot of people in this country who they jump on Facebook and they'll see the guy with his, Ferrari, for example, and they go, oh, I don't have one of them. I'm 57 years old and I don't have one of them. So all of a sudden it depresses you. And it kind of, I think social media has made it easier for people to have a lesser opinion of themselves.
Yeah, that's true in some cases.
I think in a lot of cases. I don't think it's just some cases. I think it's a lot of cases.
Yeah, that's part of what pervades our society, though. Things like that, where we're not being self-disciplined. We're not inspiring ourselves. For instance, when I was younger, when my kids were little toddlers, I used to watch TV like, everybody in the world watched TV. I don't watch TV at all anymore, but everyone watched it. And, I was just part of life. And I got hooked on watching soap operas in the middle of the day. I was a stay-at-home mom, 3 little kids. And, it ended up that I'd be sitting there on my couch for 2 hours watching these stupid soap operas, and I had to mentally say to myself, get up, move, go do something, and that inner coaching that you just have to inspire that in yourself. You have to have that inner voice and, make it happen. Like, pretend there's a guy in there or a woman in there that's saying to you, go do this, go do that, and I still practice that. It's like, sometimes I'll find myself sitting down on Facebook and I'll go, what am I doing? And you'll turn it off and you'll get up and say, what can I do? How can I change this? Get some action going in my life. So.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people need to learn how to do that. So, folks, it's down at the bottom of the hour and just a little bit of inspiration to start the year off. And if you want to go do that health questionnaire, jump on there, look it up, Google it. And it's a lot of pages. It's a lot of questions. And you got to self-score yourself on it, but see how you're doing.
Yeah. You could probably, without printing it, just walk through it.
Yeah, you actually can. I did that too.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd print it so that I could show everybody what it was all about.
You didn't know it was under.
I wasted ink and I wasted 100 pieces of paper.
Whoops.
That I'll end up tossing in the garbage. But
turn it over and draw out your goals for the year.
Yeah, I'll use it for scratch paper. But anyhow, I think the thing is that if you want to make the change to being a healthier person, have a healthier lifestyle, it starts with making that decision up here.
You, yes.
Yeah. Make that decision and then tell yourself you can do it. And then draw out a plan how you're going to do it. Right? Because down the road, there's going to be those little monkeys in your head. They're going to say, oh, you can't do it. You tried this last year. It didn't work. You tried it 2 years ago. It didn't work. And you always have that chatter in your head saying it doesn't work. And so you have to kind of be able to say, this time it will, and here's why.
Right.
You don't just tell yourself, oh, this time it'll work. You have to tell yourself, this time it'll work, and here's why. And you have it all drawn out because I'm approaching it differently. I'm making sure that I'm making these lifestyle changes so that it works.
Yep.
So anyhow, Andrea, I'll let you close the call. Thanks, everybody. Give us your comments and have a wonderful day. And let's make 2020 the year.
Thanks, Kurt. Thanks for the pep talk. good way to start the year. And if you're seeing this on social media, some friend posted it there, and you can get back with them and ask them some questions about, hey, you know, when can I see that again? Because we are on here every Tuesday at noon Eastern time, and we're trying to inspire people to have a healthier lifestyle. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.